We are Providence Tarot.
We are live. I'm Dale.
I'm Kendrick.
And thank you for tuning in with us. We'll give you guys a few moments to get woke to the fact that we're live. We just made a quick announcement. Surprise! We're not always good about letting you know when we're going to do it.
Yeah,
so,
you know.
It's still summer, even though it doesn't feel like it. Right?
It feels like it outside here.
It feels like it outside. I mean, it feel like it internally inside of you,
now
right?
we're going in. Labor Day's over.
Virgo always gets a bad rap about it because it's like Virgo's like, get down to business, but it's still summer. We're still preparing for the fall. It is not fall.
Right. Virgo, can we see? Right. We were like, why are we taking summer away from Virgos? But it's really like...
They do it to us.
They're like...
They want it too. It's like, you know, the seriousness of it. Oh, cards are flying out.
Take the first one. And all of them,
all
actually.
right.
All of them.
We're talking about like Virgo and the work
so
card came out. Taurus came out. Virgo, right? Hi guys. So glad I caught you live. 100% here. Hi. Hello. Hi, Anita. We see you guys. People are coming in. Okay, we got some people up there. I see you guys.
People.
We're talking slow so we can like get you guys kind of like get in before we start getting the messages.
Hi, Moon Child.
Isn't this fun, you guys, that we do these weeklies?
We like the weeklies.
I really like it too because you know what? Because we, like we said before, we're readers now at a place that you can go to.
Yeah.
So we get a lot of walk-ins now. It's not just about appointments. Hi. So I really refer to the weeklies a lot as well. Like I'll look back to them when I have like a reading with someone and their sign is whatever, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Cancer, whatever. I think about these weeklies sometime as well. I'll be like, well, your card this week was this.
Right.
And it always pertains to whatever they're going through a lot. It's very interesting. You know, even as a reader, we start to pick up on what our energy is picking up on like that week. Like I'll be like, today I feel like I'm going to be reading people with romance and it'll be all about the heart. Or I'll be like, oh, this feels very career orientated and I have my red jasper with me today. And then all of my readings will be like, what about my business and all this stress, blah, blah, blah. It's just very interesting when you start tapping into this type of energy, right? So, sorry, right now we're in a Virgo season. So we're talking about progressions. We just did an amazing photo shoot, which you guys, if you follow us on Providence IG, you'll see some of those start to get to leak. And we'll start presenting those to you. But we've got like some really great opportunities with the business. And so we're now getting these really professional shots and getting all these really great things in a tangible way. Very Virgo, right? Very progressive. Like we're getting it all organized. We're getting it all lined up. And that's kind of like where you guys are, no matter what your sign is, right?
All right, y'all. So everybody got the sun this week. Pisces
the
full moon
sun
happened.
Blind.
Under the deck, honey. The sun, right?
The sun, right?
You can celebrate all of your efforts. You know, you can rejoice in that you're doing a great job. You know, people are seeing that you're doing a great job. And, you know, you're just kind of existing in that energy. This is a very good time in the summer to sort of be inspired for what energy you want to take into the fall. Libra season's coming up. You know, the sun likes to be in Libra as, you know, Venus likes to also be in Leo. You know, so it's like there's like a weird balance going on, an interplay of energy there. So you guys could really benefit from being like a Leo this week. You know what I mean? Take pride in your work. Take pride in
This is about
who you
awareness, yeah. This is definitely, well, with the sun being there,
you know, it's not like, be like a Leo. It's like, be like a Leo.
Be aware like a Leo.
Right.
You know, like Leos are very, you know, there are responsibilities that come with a kingdom. You know, when you're ruling and you're doing things.
Right.
So it's very like fatherly-like in that way. It's like how the things that you do get you not just what you want, but like affect people in a way that gets you what you want.
Being an inspiration.
It's like,
being an inspiration to others really sort of enriches all of us, right?
It's
sort
very
of like when you're able to inspire other people, you're also inspiring yourself through those people.
I was even thinking about this, and we're going to get started, but I was even thinking about this with like the sun and the moon, because I have very strong sun and moon placements as well. And I was thinking about how like the mom is really like the sun at home, which is kind of, when you think about it, it makes sense, right? She's like the boss. It's her house. She cooks the meals. She's the queen. And like dad usually caters to her emotions, and so do the kids, you know? And then when you think about the sun in the external sense, the father is really like going out a lot of the times and like bringing home the bacon and like doing the da 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 da. And this is kind of how you see the sun and the moon, right? So it's like your actions, what you're doing that provides these feelings for the people that you love. And it's the awareness of it. Like he knows why he's going out to do it, because he knows he's going to come home to a woman that loves him, to kids that love him, to a good meal. And sometimes that thing that the boss is doing is driving him crazy, but he comes home to a nurtured household. Like that's very the sun. If you have something that's bothering you, you know it. If you have something that's bringing happiness to you, you know it. It's the sun. It's like this awareness of like why you're doing the things that you're doing. So that's the thing this week, right? Which is a very positive card.
What's your purpose?
Even in its lower polarity, because lower polarity is like little satisfaction, little money. And then in a higher polarity,
it's having
like
a purpose, but not really having a grand purpose, or knowing that what your purpose is, right? Because you might still have a purpose.
You still feel good about whatever it is
Yeah.
you're doing. Okay, Aries, here we go. Quick read. Let's get into it. Everybody's here.
Oh my gosh, y'all.
Major Arcana card for Aries.
This is the angel deck, so some of the names of the cards are different. This is Divine Guidance, which is the Hierophant.
Now, last week, I remember, if my memory serves me correctly, you had like the Six of Wands or something like that. It was like Jupiter and Leo. So that was talking about your heart expanding and the ideas of what you want. And I joked about it. I was like, oh, some of you are getting married. Some of da 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 da. So this is still hinting at the idea of commitment.
There was
right?
like Page of Pentacles.
Oh well, yeah, it was Page of Pentacles, but then the week before that, it was like Jupiter and Leo. It's still things about your heart. So you guys go back to the weeklies and like follow this stream. But Aries is talking about, see the connection. Because here it's still talking about, this is a better card than last week, but this is talking about a major shift.
It's a progression for you, definitely, Aries.
And it's talking about work, or it's talking about commitments. And it's in a physical way. It's also talking about the balance of the physical and the spiritual. You could be feeling a lot of weight right now with physical duties and physical things, like even a commitment with your spouse or with work, and you're scheduling and you're dotting your I's and you're crossing your T's, or anything to do with education and systems, systematics, higher learning, anything to do with duty, anything, anything that's like checking in.
I feel like some of you guys need to sort of like just focus on what important principles are immediate right now. You know what I mean? It's like starting a process and knowing that you have all of your ducks in a row, because you need to create boundaries within your order so that you can actually work at your best level.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, know the right people to ask for assistance or help from. Know the right friends to talk to and seek advice from. Know when you need to just like kumbaya with yourself, you know, because you kind of do need that as an Aries. You know, you guys get very like burnt out very quickly.
This is very much searching, like it says, the card says, searching for meaning in life, right? And that's talking about...
That's what you need to do.
In your physical routine of things, you are searching for that. We'll get to Virgo in a little bit. We just started. Okay?
We're getting there. Okay, Taurus. Here's your card. You got the Three of Ariel. So, Taurus, I feel like you guys are taking pride in the work that you've been doing, but it doesn't go without, you know, the effort that you had to put behind it, right? It's like you were being challenged to appreciate and assess what it is that you were working with physically and what your capabilities were within the scenario. And then you basically had to find a sense of balance within that, put something here, take some time, put it here, put it together. What do you got? I've got my productivity, right? So you guys are feeling proud of the work that you're doing, and other people can see that you've put forth an there's like an integrated sense of effort, right? You had to sort of like build the effort so that you can apply it to the situation, so that you could see that you could work at your best level, and it's going to get even better.
So you're still in conflict from last week, but I'm happy to see this kind of transition. It seems like it's possibly a better week than last week.
Yeah, for sure.
You might still be in a place where there are things that are physically not working, but you are more aware of what needs to be expressed or what needs to be done. Because the Five of Pentacles is what you got last week, I think. And so it was like you were very like just feeling either unemployment or just feeling like financially not as strong, or feeling like physically, either in your body or with your physical pleasures, someone was causing some despair, or you were causing despair.
You weren't feeling capable last week.
You weren't feeling capable. and you weren't having the balance of the spiritual. Now you're kind of getting to a place where you have a little bit more hunger to get down to work. Like you want to do the work, or you want to see the work, or you want to come together and you want to examine the thing.
Right.
You're a little bit more willing to express something. Before maybe you couldn't see a way out of the situation, or maybe you're just too caught up on...
It's like you couldn't see a
because
way
it was
out
Mercury
of
and
conflict,
Taurus.
right?
It's like
If
you weren't
step back from the
communicating
conflict,
it. Right.
then you can kind of see it.
It was lucky or unlucky for whatever reason, and it's changing over. It might not have completely changed the scenario, right? But it is getting... It is getting better, you know, and you are seeing the mountain now. So it's like, you might not be able to see the other side of the mountain, but you're seeing the obstacle for what it is, and you know now a little bit more of how to get around the problem. Whereas before, it might have just been a problem.
Right. Exactly. You guys are finding solutions, and that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay, Gemini. So, you got the Queen of Gabriel, which is the Queen of Wands. So, what's going on, you guys? Are you being too sassy? Are you actually going out and making things happen for yourself? Are you starting a business? What's your focus? This woman right here in this picture, she's very alluring, right? She's very productive, too, in her efforts because she's passionate about what she's doing. So, Gemini, I would say, what are you being passionate about, and how important is that thing? Are you being passionate about something that actually doesn't deserve your energy or time, you know? Or are you being passionate about something that's only going to be... but going to promote positivity in your life, you know what I mean? Because if you spend your focus on something that is a waste of your time, that's going to be a disservice to yourself. You want to focus on things that actually really matter. This isn't really a fickle card, you know what I mean? She knows what the point is, so she's going to get the point across. So if you're trying to say something, Gemini, and it's not being understood by other people around you, then maybe you should be a little bit more direct. And I'm saying, you know, if you are being direct in having a soft conversation with somebody, that's what it is. If you're being more direct by just being clear, that's what it is. If you're being more direct, if you've been pussyfooting around a situation, be more direct. You see what I'm saying?
Well, I'm getting out of this too. It's like, okay, there's a lot of wanting around whatever it is that you're dealing with, Gemini. I know last week you had the Two of Wands, so that was Mars and Aries, and that was a wand as well. So it was talking about spirit, and it was talking about fire, and this like yang, masculine, I want, I hunger for. It could be sexual, it could be passionate, it could be spiritual. It could be anything that feels that burn inside, the burn of wanting, of longing. And the queens want to express. So you've gone from a place where it might have been very kind of more immature, like just kind of like, I want what I want, to getting to a place where it's like you kind of are aware maybe more of what you want. And now you're thinking about how to express or get that thing that you want. This is opposing you. So, because this is more like Sagittarius energy and you're a Gemini. You get very scattered and you overanalyze things. And then you're not able to actually get what you want because you've thought so much about what this person needs and what you need and how they're going to affect you and what you're thinking and what all the scenarios, the temperature, and who's drinking what and who's doing what, where and what. And, And now this is kind of like getting a little bit more clear with what it is that you're actually trying to express, because this queen is the craftiest of all the queens as far as getting something done. Actually action prone. It's not about the thoughts and about the feelings or even about the fill out proof of it even. It's about being able to wield something. This is the craftiest witch, the abracadabra.
Fire is very direct.
The spell, all that stuff. Like, I'm just going to do it. I'm going to get on the horse, go, and do it. So this is definitely goal-orientated. And it is a 3. So there is talking about a little bit of an expression or like a little bit of conflict. Okay? Maybe even, because Taurus is there too. I mean, it's a queen, but I'm saying it's a 3 because the Empress rules the queens, and she's the 3rd, right? The Magician, the High Priestess, then the Empress. And 3 is the beginning of conflict because you're understanding
it's also
you
saying
need
that
something more.
You actually need to give yourself a little bit more credit for what it is that you're capable of doing, and sometimes you ignore something just because you're not able to really see the point of it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Cancer. Whoa, okay, you got a card that's opposing you. It's the fourth area, which is the sun in Capricorn. What's going on in your relationships, Cancer? Are your relationships just being illuminated with so much positivity and so much love and so much light? I feel like you guys have been really affected by that Pisces full moon. It's been causing you to really consider all of your emotions, you know, and the moon has gone from Pisces through Aries, through Taurus, through Gemini. So there was a lot of communication going on. You might be feeling that you're holding on to something that actually does mean a lot to you, that you might be considering keeping around. Or are some of you guys letting go of some things that you've been holding on to for too long?
I'm getting that this is definitely the awareness of work that has to be done. Like, you know, this is very interesting. There could be a Taurus in your life even. There could be a Taurus in your home life especially, or somebody who has a very strong Taurus placement in your home life somehow. Just because the 3 and the 4 and 3 of Pentacles make 7, that's Cancer energy right there. And I'm looking at Taurus with the 3 of Pentacles, and I'm looking at you with the 4 of Pentacles.
Right.
So I'm also looking at this idea of like you basically kind of maybe holding too tightly to something. Maybe you have a good thing in a physical way and you're very afraid to share that more of that thing, more of your time, energy, anything with another person at this point, because you've kind of gone through a lot. You know, Capricorn does oppose Cancer as well as, like, before Gemini, Sagittarius was opposing Gemini. Now Capricorn is opposing Cancer here. And it's like still a little bit of an opposition. Cancer wants to flow and just do and be itself, but it's saying, oh, I still know I kind of have to pinch my pennies a little bit. I kind of have to, I'm looking at a little bit of a struggle here, a little bit of a mountain. I can't see every side of it. And I also know that I have to think about what I'm doing monetarily and physically a little bit more than just going with the emotions.
It's kind of balanced for you too, because it's like you're already going to be tapping into your intuitiveness and your empathy, right? So it's like you're already in the realm of like how you feel about what you want and what you can do. But then it's like, what are you actually physically going to do to afford yourself that?
It's a double opposition.
It is,
because the sun is there, which is opposing the water, right? Because it's like, you know, you want to just feel, and the sun is saying, do.
More like a Capricorn,
and then Capricorn is saying, work, don't look at the emotions. So who cares about what you feel right now? Clock in, clock out, get there. Get them together, do the thing, you know, so it's kind of like looking at the physical a little bit more here
Capricorn is expressing, but it's expressing on such a physical level that is so fundamental that it almost seems very like dry.
You also could have established something.
Right, exactly, yeah.
Recently, that's like really...
Because it's the Four of Pentacles, so it's talking about building. And Capricorn really talks about building. So some of you guys might be constructing something that actually is going to last.
A new relationship that's proof of a new relationship or a new business or just something that is like maybe financially starting to come through during this time of Virgo. That's like better than before. And you could in your emotions be feeling like, oh, I don't know how good it's going to be, so I'm afraid to make moves. But it's really just saying, you know, be cautious, but know that you're going to make it through it. You're going to make it through the top. You're going to make it.
It's like opportunities too being manifested. Okay, Leo, what you got?
Leo, you got a queen.
Another queen.
You got the Queen of Raphael here. This is very interesting, Leo. So this is saying for you, very positive. I'm getting something very positive out of it because you are so loving naturally, big heart, right? Peace and happiness to you too. So for Leo, this is saying you're being double intuitive this week, right? The queens are water. So the queens are coming from a place of feeling. When you see a queen, it's already talking about you feeling something. You are feeling something, honey. And it's the need to probably express that feeling. Or there's a female, and you could be the female yourself. You're going to be really emotional this week, Leo, so get ready for that. Or there's going to be a female who's going to be kind of emotional and needs you in an emotional way this week. Or it's saying really, 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 really listen to your dreams, your subconscious, and your intuition. If you're getting an inkling about something, you're probably dead on this week. And most Leos are really good about sizing people up because Leos are not actually judgmental. They really aren't. They're pretty passionate. So if your fire's low, then that's how they see you, as a low fire energy person. If your energy's high, then that's how they see you. Oh, she's got a lot of energy. So it's like, you know, here it's like really saying to listen to your intuition when it comes to business. Listen to your intuition when it comes to your home life and to your goals. You know, like people do look for the light to shine in you. And we have come out of you and we're about to go into this very like work, serious kind of thing. So people still need that kind of like, oh, we can have fun. This can still be exciting even in these systems, you know?
Right. You know, the summer has been like very lit, right? So as we bring the summer to a close, I feel like for Leos, who basically are like the heart of the summer, you are coming into a place of offering yourself up to people who need you in many different ways. And you could be involved with a lot of water signs, you know, just a lot of water signs around you.
For sure.
It could be a Cancer that you're involved with, and it could be a Cancer that you might end up dealing with in terms of, you know, something career oriented, you know. Because last week, I believe you guys also got a pentacle, right? So that's like opposite energy here. Pentacle, and there's water.
Yeah, last week it was a Queen of Pentacles.
Yeah,
right.
so this is different now. Yeah, so
it's
now,
still the Queen. Last week it was like, do your physical stuff and work on your body and do your duties. Now it's like, listen,
and you know what?
talk
You guys
about the emotions.
listened, you did it, and this is how you feel. You're like, oh my gosh,
I feel better. I'm so glad I did that.
Look, the birds flew by, and went down,
and it's also like, I feel this and I know that I feel this.
Yeah,
I know what I feel, and I know why I'm doing what I'm doing, and I know why you're doing what you're doing.
You let those opportunities come in and you seize them, and you feel very grateful that you were able to give yourself the nurturing that you actually needed, right?
If you have
it's
strong
like you
water,
knew you needed it, and you could feel that you needed it. You might have even needed to be by water, yes?
Yeah.
Because it just is very calming. Water is going to center you, and it's going to help you tap into your intuition.
Yeah, follow your heart. That's, I mean, you rule the heart, so follow it.
All right, Virgo, you got the 5 of Ariel, which is Mars and Scorpio. This is really talking about the inability to recognize and acknowledge that something has been lost and it will stay lost. You know, it's like the scorn behind wanting to hold on to something. The desire is very strong in this card too. But what she does not realize is that in this conflict, right, within something that she had expectations for, those expectations may not be met, right? So now you have to realize that there is something more that can be pulled out of this. What were those expectations that you set in place? And Virgo definitely has very high expectations for people, but I think this card is also encouraging you to see that everything doesn't always have to be perfect. And there is no storybook sensibility for things that can be enjoyed. It's not like you can fix every problem that arises. You know what I mean? Some battles are meant to be lost, basically, Virgo.
There's a couple ways, there's a couple ways you can look at this. You definitely are dealing with not wanting to let go of something emotionally. Like there's an emotional scorn of some sort, and it could definitely be from an establishment because it's 5. So it could definitely have to do with work or have to do with a commitment, especially if you're committed, like a job, commitment to a job or commitment to a person, right? Because the Hierophant, and it could definitely be Aries too, because 5, Aries got the Hierophant. So, you know, or like something going on in September for Aries or Virgo. I'm seeing that.
Something fell short.
Or you just want to look at like, you don't, like he said, you're having a hard time moving past these emotions. She's like, yes, you're having a hard time looking past these emotions. This card is almost like, I want to stay mad. Not that I want to stay mad even, I want to stay hurt. Or I want to stay feeling this intense feeling.
Why are you doing
and for whatever reason, sometimes staying in this place of anger is like when the Bible says, and it was good for him to be angry, right? Sometimes staying in this place is not bad. It's like the scorn of it is going to make you move to the 6, which is like, I want to share these deep feelings now because I've been feeling this way. Or it could be like you're spending too much time staying here in this place, and you will not be able to move forward until you deal with this. And you cannot continue looking at these cups that are spilled. I don't care what you say, Virgo. You can't put the liquid back in the cup.
As long
you're either going to wash the cup out and put something else in it, or you're going to leave the cup and go with whatever it is that you
Right.
have. You can't continue staying here, and you know that you're progressive, you're Virgo.
As long as you stay here, you're going to be missing out on things.
You can't stay here. Like, you're definitely in a transition with the 5 being there.
Amen.
Okay.
All right, Libra, you got the 9 of Raphael, which is the 9 of Cups in the traditional tarot. So this is talking about satisfaction, emotional satisfaction, and it's about something that you discover when you go within, right? You can look in, you can make this assessment, and you're sort of almost surprised at how good it feels for you to be going in and making these realizations. Yes, it's in a very dreamlike scape. You might be even daydreaming about things that you see happening, or you might want to see happen, or things that have actually happened that you're very like proud about. Yeah, because the 9 of Cups is a very proud feeling of being emotionally fulfilled.
This is Pisces. Pisces and Libra keep affecting each other. It's been going on for like 3-4 weeks now.
We love you guys too. Thanks for supporting us.
Yeah. So I know if some of you are dating a Pisces, or you have a strong placement with you have Pisces in you, or your spouse has Pisces in them, I know you guys are constantly affecting each other right now. Because it's like you had like the moon card last week or the week before as well. So there's been a lot of emotional struggle with and this is Jupiter in Pisces, and Jupiter is the husband.
Right.
So it's like, that's very clear that it's obvious that there is like a Pisces who might be a male, or there's something beneficial to do with a Pisces, or you're thinking about deep soulmate relating kind of things,
It's
right?
very subconscious too.
Because this is very like, I'm almost where I want to be emotionally, possibly with a relationship with myself or with a person. But there's one more thing. There's something else. And there are constant epiphanies that are happening with the 9 being there. You're analyzing things.
Right.
This is opposing the time. Because this is Pisces and it's Virgo because it's
Absolutely,
9.
'cause it's
And the
9.
sun
And
is
we're
in
in Virgo
Virgo
season,
now.
y'all.
So it's like saying don't look at the emotions as much, look at the order and the processes, but you can't help but look at the emotions. So it's kind of like there's a little bit of fickleness going on there on both aspects. Everything's affecting you. Everything's affecting them.
You did walk away from something, and so walking away from something has now allowed you to see what really matters, right? So this could also be going in and having those epiphanies about what actually does not work for you, which is a positive thing. You see what I'm saying?
There's a willingness, because this card is very like...
Because it's not like, oh, everything's...
It's a little bit opposing Virgo in the sense that Virgo is very closed. Virgo fears judgment. Therefore, it's always going to try to present it in a way that it will be seen perfectly. Whereas Pisces is like, just take me as I am.
But you're
take
going
me as
in,
I am.
You're going in and you're researching this feeling, right? You're going in and you're researching this feeling like, what is it about this that actually does work? But what is it about this that doesn't
You are
see
the
it
scale.
through? So sometimes I say with this card, something has reached its full potential.
Almost.
And you have to be
9.
satisfied with that. You know, it may not even go to the 10.
Right.
Because the full potential of what you might wish for something may not exist. It might stop here at 9.
There's a pivotal moment between, this 9 is different than some of the other 9s. Because there's a pivotal moment between the 8 of Cups and the 10 of Cups. Because the 8 of Cups is talking about walking away from something that's not working, and the 10 of Cups is talking about a manifestation of something that is working.
Right.
You held in there emotionally, you got it, the thing that was good.
This is like,
so it's like
the 8 walking
right
away from something so that you can have what you want, so that you can consider what you want, and then once you have what you want and need, then you can be happy with the 10 of Cups. But this is saying that it really is your choice.
And it's an emotional thing. This is all emotional. And it really doesn't have anything to do with physical things. Or even the spirit or sex or anything. It's like how you feel. How you feel, how your partner feels, how you feel. And it's soulmate related.
Making peace with feelings too.
And you're affecting each other in all these fickle ways, like stupid ways, like the grocery list and like scheduling and stuff. Because it's like Virgo is fickle. And it's like, so, but it's coming from a deep place too. So it's like,
he's right.
It's about considerations, but it's like, you didn't make the coffee today. And I need to pick up this. Why didn't you think of me when you did that? I think of you.
You said you were going to be back at 5:30, but you weren't. I'm like, okay, let's not.
Let's we can stay in that one. Let's go to Scorpio.
Right, because we're both dealing with Pisces right now. That's crazy. Jupiter. All right, Scorpio, you got the wheel, and this is Jupiter. It's going direct, and this is the last little bit. This is
Jupiter too. Interesting.
This is the last little bit of you having Jupiter at home. Now, when he leaves, you might feel so exhausted.
This is interesting because you've had Jupiter, Scorpio. You've had Jupiter in your sign for a year, pretty much. Jupiter, almost a year. Jupiter is in each sign for about 13 months. And so you're really at the tail end of this like karmic experience that you're having.
Like
and let me tell you, none of us, and I mean none of us, has really enjoyed Jupiter being in Scorpio. Not even Scorpio.
Even
right?
It's been painful.
Level, it's been difficult, right? Because Scorpio is talking about deep feelings.
Me too movement.
And Jupiter is like expanding everything. So you're expanding those deep feelings.
Things being revealed.
Everything being revealed. All this stuff we're discovering about politics, about our husbands, about our father, about where we come from, about sex, about the occult, about anything that's hidden, because that's Scorpio, anything that's deep, anything you don't want to look at, anything you don't want to,
social norms that are buried,
the reveal of it, and we're like, it really is that way, and people do feel that.
This is why we need Scorpio, because that energy will come in and reveal things when it needs to be done.
Right.
And
it's finite.
And it will.
Life and death.
And it's a progression from justice, because after you've gotten justice, you're like, yes, now I can like make peace with the scorn.
It's like somebody who's holding on in the hospital, like they want to die, but they won't die yet because things need to be finished.
That person needs to come into the room and say their goodbyes.
They're like when a lady or a gentleman always knows when to go. Like that type of thing. It's
Very
like
the
justice of it. I'm waiting, and then someone will literally wait for that person to get to the hospital and then pass.
Right,
like
exactly.
They're fighting for that moment, that release.
It's a very deep. It's like that last deep soul connection, right? Oh my God.
Yeah, it is. This is deep here. Even though this card is like, it's a very positive card of change.
Right.
Regardless of wherever this card lands at, it's change. So Scorpio, there are things that are changing. There are things that you're getting more of, and there are other things that you're getting less of in order to have more of something else. And your emotions are expanding in a way. Maybe you're thinking about your husband a lot, or you're thinking about something that you really want. You're having some type of new beginning in what you want.
You definitely.
It's major for you.
Yeah.
It's only the second major arcana card, so it's a major week for you and for Aries, and that's Mars. Both of you are ruled by Mars. So that's very significant.
Mars is direct right now, So.
Hunger, wanting. Right.
And this is good
Secret
too,
wanting.
because now there's a feeling of acceleration because Jupiter is direct and Mars, your ruling planet, is direct. So now you feel an acceleration in all of the things that you've learned, and
we're on Scorpio.
Yes, and all of the things that you have done over this past year, all of your experiences, you're accounting for them, and you're starting to see how they have forever changed you, and in a sense, you've expanded.
Your direction may be changing now because you have more plethora of things to experience and to think about now, right? From the things that you've gone through.
Right.
And I know you were thinking about weighing out intimacy because you had a lot of Libra cards before. So I know you've been thinking about what's fair, and now you want to expand in what that is. Okay.
New cycle's beginning.
Another major arcana card coming out. Sagittarius. You got Scorpio.
You are about to go into a transformative year. Jupiter is about to be in your sign after he was in your 12th house of what basically is your blockage, or what it is that you have yet to uncover, right?
Interesting. This is talking about transformations. So this week, let's go with the week, because this is a weekly thing. So this week you might be ending some things. This card is talking about endings. It could be ending an emotional state. You could be literally doing something that causes an end emotionally. An into a way you were feeling, and into a way you thought of a process, and into a relationship, and into a job, and into an idea, a transformation out of that. This thing stopped, and now I'm coming out of that into something else. This is a transformation. Whatever was will no longer ever be.
Right.
Somebody's leaving. Somebody's coming back. You're going here now. You do it this way. You used to do it like this, and now you literally changed it. Whatever that is. And it's you against the expression too. So it's like the magician there, and then it's like looking at the deconstruction of this, because it is a deconstruction.
Right. It's almost like you are not
tearing
going to
down,
be able to stop this from happening.
Oh no, it's finite.
It's going to happen. You know what I mean? Because with this Scorpio energy, this Pluto energy, this is something that's so far removed from you that you have no immediate influence on it. Yeah. So you're relinquishing all of the control efforts because you're going to put in efforts to try to get something to go in the direction that
it's
you
your
want to
blind
see it
spot,
going.
so you're bucking because it's Scorpio.
Right.
So you're trying to make something happen.
Right, exactly.
That actually you can't make anything happen here. It's like it's happening regardless, right? Because if you think even as Sagittarius being 1, you've got 12 zodiac signs. 12 is the blind spot in the subconscious. This is Scorpio. So that's coming out.
You've been going through it because it's like...
It's been an emotional year for
Saturn
you.
Was
your
in your
ruler's been in Scorpio.
Right. Saturn was in your sign. And I think now that Saturn has been going retrograde for so long, I have to check the planets today, but it actually might be a little bit in Sagittarius, very close. So it's like you're almost feeling that Saturn energy again, and then it's going to start going forward. And even if it's not close to you, it's still in your second house, right? With Pluto.
This is very like transformative. It's a bigger week for you. So I'm interested to see like what this is, and you guys know what it is because this card ain't playing games. Right. It's a serious card. Last week you were waiting for something because you had like 7 of Pentacles, so that was karmically related too, and that was Taurus. And then you were thinking about something physical. Now you're thinking about something emotional, especially if you have strong Scorpio placements. You want to look at them this week. If you have a Scorpio moon, you need to be thinking about how you feel before you speak because you are hot-headed. So it's something to think about.
You're realizing that you didn't have the control that you wanted to exercise last week, right? Once we told you, you don't have the control because, you know, Saturn is actually in control, and this is a Pluto card too, and Pluto is with Saturn right now in Capricorn. So it really has to do a lot with your second house and how it's going to be remedied in a couple months when Jupiter, which is right behind it,
you might be feeling forced, but it's actually for your own good.
It's for your own good.
It's like God, like this is the death card and it says peace on it, right?
Exactly, right? It's a little bit different energy than the regular.
So it's something to think about because you kind of are at peace.
It's beautiful.
From a struggle when you die. There's a different experience that's happening, but you're no longer concerned with those things. So I'm seeing some concerns changing, and for you that's good because you do need change. You do, as a Sag, you do need it.
Speaking of Capricorn.
Okay, Capricorn, you got the Capricorn card. Wow. Capricorn, you got the Capricorn card, which is decision in this in the angel deck, which is the devil card.
Last month, your reading was talking about letting go of baggage and letting go of things that you don't really need to take with you, right, Capricorn? Because you guys will actually try to take things with you and grab things while you're going where you're going, taking those things with you.
Capricorn. Okay, I'm going to put my shades on. Capricorn, the devil card. Well, this is okay because this is like an energy that you know how to work with.
This is a very light energy deck too.
For you, you know how to work with this. You like restrictions. You need boundaries and borders because you kind of don't show me that thing and tell me I can't have it, right? Very Capricorn. So, like let's understand where the boxes of this relationship are, and let's understand where the processes of this job are. And you also understand some of you are dealing with karma right now. That's what this is about too. You already did something and now you're dealing with it. So this is kind of a lesson of thinking about your actions, thinking about things, and like if you sow positive seeds, you're getting positive seeds back. If you spit out venom, don't expect somebody to be kind to you this week.
You've got to stop trying to control other people. and what they are able to do, what their abilities are, where they're able to go, who they're able to see. It's almost like you can't get upset that someone has their own life to live. You know, you can't just be a part of everything, Capricorn. 1 in 5 makes 6, and that's seeing the harmony and allowing other people to live out their reality and their truth and do what they want on their own path. Because with Capricorn, it is talking about the path to somewhere.
And I think you're really seeing yourself this week. Because this, you got your card. So there's a lot of understanding, understanding your choices, understanding your boundaries, and probably understanding your karma. This person treats me this way because I treated them this way. I get these things because I did these things. You know what I mean? I earned this love, or I earned this hate.
Right. And Capricorn, you have the magic of being able to make people feel accountable. You know what I mean? It's like, well, you should give me this because of this and that. And you're like, well, I mean, okay, if you want that, then that's fine too, but why do you have to be so greedy? You know what I mean? It's like, Capricorn, she's talking
about reputation.
She's letting go
heritage,
of the need to be greedy. Right.
Jenny from the block, everybody on the block knowing you. This is also talking about anxieties that come from your heritage. You could be dealing with your father this week somehow, or dealing with your reputation, like your family. This is family.
Things you've been taught to believe.
Because we're bound to our family. We don't choose it. It's karmically.
Absolutely.
I woke up and like, I was talking with a Capricorn the other week, and I was kind of reading them, and I'm like,
no, it's okay.
Yeah, it's just like seeing things as they are. They affect you in this way. And for Capricorn, the mountain is there. And a lot of Capricorns will be like, well, if I only didn't come from this, then it wouldn't have been so hard.
This is releasing,
This is like, you have the strength, and karmically, that's why you're giving this.
This is releasing bad habits that come from what you learn from your heritage, or things that you start to consider, you know.
Questioning those things.
Absolutely.
Even the things that are like devilish, like my grandma was like this. I love my grandma, but she was wrong about that thing. And ain't no point in me trying to pretend like she wasn't, because she was.
Right.
But I still love my grandma.
Right.
And that's
a need
very
to control,
like that type of thing.
Your family does try to control.
And you still want to take pride in who you are, but not agree with something that's wrong.
Right. Your family tries to control different aspects of you, like how you do things, how you dress, who your friends are, where you go to hang out, what school you might go to when you're in high school, what are your extracurricular activities. So it's that type of thing. If you live with someone, stop trying to set boundaries for them that aren't meant for them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this is very like, look at your actions.
Right. Do they make sense?
This could be very devilish, right? Like you're just creating these boundaries. You're just kind of doing these things, and who's to say that you're the person to make those decisions?
Right.
You know, so it's definitely something to think about. Because you could be looking like a devil this week.
As soon as you stop trying to control people and stop trying to be their boss, or try to steer them in different directions, then they are actually.
Because this is about temptation too, right? And you are Capricorn.
You don't own me.
Look at that.
Basically, you don't know.
You don't own me.
That's really what it is. That song.
No, 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 no.
Right.
You don't own me. Shoot. Okay, right.
Boy, let her go.
Okay.
Stop being a controlling lover. Okay. 6 of Gabriel for Aquarius.
Okay, so
Jupiter
6 of
Leo.
Aquarius. This is very interesting because you are an Aquarius. This is like husband Leo card. So if you are Aquarius and you're dating a Leo, this is a very exciting placement for you. Or if you're Aquarius and you have strong Leo, if you have Leo in you, it's like you could have Aquarius with Leo moon or Leo rising or something like that. This is very positive. This is talking about your commitments. And I know for a lot of Aquariuses, you've been very much wanting to get into something meaningful. And it can be hard for an Aquarius because you're very aloof. A lot of Aquariuses fear that their partner is going to be too controlling somehow, or won't give them the space that they need. And it's saying that this is possible. Your commitment is possible somehow. Something that you want in your business, or something that you want in your children, or something that you want in your man or your lover, it's possible. And like, this is very much like moving away from conflict. There was like you could have been having some type of conflict.
You put the
fighting, competition.
Right. That's negative energy.
You know, yeah.
You put the right amount of positive energy towards something, and now you're actually getting the return in the form of celebration, in the form of it could be
these are right next to each other, because this is the theme of the week.
This is definitely an upgrade card.
Yeah.
So you guys are feeling like just the quality, a quality of life, a quality of self has increased.
I'm gonna put my shades on again in a good way this time. Now I'm not putting my shades on to hide from it. I'm putting my shades on because it's just so freaking bright right now.
The sun is getting brighter as we're saying this. This is expanding different ways that you see yourself progressing. You know what I mean? It's like, I see myself being this person. I see myself doing these things. I really deserve this. Aquarius, you know what you deserve. You're very smart. You're very intelligent.
Yeah.
So there's no need to think that you are in a place where you can't move forward. Or if there's a glass ceiling somewhere, break the ceiling, honey.
Right. This is actually talking about, like, literally, this is like a getting what I want card. And it's in line with spirit here. Absolutely. It is. Like, it's like talking about, now on a lower polarity, it could be like expanding in feelings of scorn. Whatever's in your heart is going to expand. So hopefully you got some good things. Right. But this is also largely talking about the dreams, living out my dreams, because Leo rules the dreams. Leo rules children. Leo rules legacy, leadership, like all of that stuff, like parading off. This is a very positive, gallant type of card. And you rule spirituality. So it's like you rule having a wish and getting that wish come true. And this is like the wish is coming true, right? Like, oh my God, something that has to do with yourself. It could be affecting everyone.
Yeah, you're doing all of the right things to come across what it is that you've been desiring this whole time. You know what you're passionate about. You know what your capabilities are. You know exactly where you want to be in your life right now. This is kind of like talking about stages, right? You're moving on to a new stage, but you're finding harmony in all of the things that you do. You know what I mean? You're appreciating your life and the activity that it holds.
This is a 6. So it's either specifically talking about a lover, because it is talking about deep feelings, or it's talking about work, because it could be talking about an establishment, right? You go there, you have deep feelings there because you work there every day. You're there. You know what I mean? So it's either one of those things. Right. It could be, once again, work on self. Something that you did.
Right.
And now you're really seeing or feeling better, especially because you had that supermoon eclipse experience in Leo. So some of you really kind of came out of that, really doing some work and really understanding something. And good for you, Aquarius. I have to applaud you.
Great, Aquarius.
You know,
let's move on to Pisces. Pisces, you got the lovers this week. So this is really talking about harmony too. Last week you got the sun. Everyone got the sun this week. Now you're talking about the lovers. What are the methods and the modes of communication that you are accessing? What are the methods and mode of communications that you're actually utilizing, right? It's kind of like, if you know that something is going to work, then why don't you try it?
Right. You already know, whatever it is. First of all, Pisces, let's remember that the theme is the awareness.
Right.
You got this card last week, the sun card. Now that's the card for everybody. So everybody's woke like you were, because you're kind of a little bit ahead a lot of the times anyway. Now, this is talking about the lovers. First of all, if you're a Pisces Aquarius, this is very powerful because look, the 6 and the 6. Right. So if those two elements are playing in on you, you better be really looking at that because you're feeling very deeply this week. Now, Pisces is talking about this deep feeling of analysis somehow. I love this card. You know, I love it because I'm a Gemini rising one. But I also have a lot of Pisces placements and a water trine inside of me. But this is talking about wanting to share in those emotions. And you don't always do that, even though you want to, right? Because Pisces, you're kind of like in this place of inner Right? You see, I had to put those shades on for that message.
I
But
feel
I'm giving
like-
you back the eye contact because you really do know how you feel. You always
Right.
do. You just don't want to confront it.
Right.
Some people don't actually know how they feel, especially if they're Earth. But you're so intuitive and woke to how you feel. So if you're not allowing yourself to go there,
Okay.
like why Pisces?
Right. It's
You
like
know?
with the sun being the card for everybody this week and the sun being your card last week. It's like, are you woke to your feelings? Are you
I
actually,
wore red today.
Are you actually
Lovers.
expressing yourself the way that you feel like you want to be expressed to another person? Are they receiving you the way you want to be received? If not, then something else has to be considered. If you are actually looking for harmony within a situation or within a relationship, you are going to seek out ways to come to that understanding of what that means for you.
That song is in my head. I've been watching you, and I think of you.
Right.
I want
Yeah.
to be your lady.
It's like,
baby. You know you want to.
If you don't know your lover,
Okay.
or if you don't know your lover the
If
way you
you
felt like you
don't.
did, then get to know them. And the way that you can get to know them is by communicating. It's like you can't tell somebody that you wanted to have dinner with them or make plans with them, but then not alert them that that's what you wanted to do. But when they don't reach out to you, then you're upset because you had these plans for them.
It's
But
almost
you didn't
like-
tell them.
Right. For you, this is kind of troublesome. For like some fixed signs, like the lover cards, it's like, yes, this, but
Right.
for you, it's like, you're fickle with it because you're like so aware of your emotions and someone else's emotions. And then the lover's card is Gemini.
He's like,
So it's like you're analyzing it. You're analyzing everything your lover thinks and everything you think. And that could be really like, you could be right on, but still not doing anything.
right, because it could be fickle too, because it's like if you're only saying something so you could be like, oh, well, you didn't call me back at this time. And you're like, but
You're not problem
you didn't
solving.
text me to say, hey, what's up? I thought, you know what I mean? Like that type of thing. It's almost like you're pinpointing inaccuracies within a situation to create disharmony for whatever reason, which doesn't make it.
But you really want harmony.
You want it.
You really do.
That's the fickle part about it. It's like you want it, but you're not actually doing the things that need to
require
get
it.
done, right, to do it.
And it's like you do. It's
We're
like
on
you,
Pisces.
Yeah, we're on Pisces, and it's like you do always want to have this deeper soul connection.
Totally.
So if you don't listen to it, because one of the deepest desires of Pisces is to find their soulmate. You're swimming around doing all these things, and you could have a lot. Jupiter used to be your ruler. Neptune is your ruler now. You could have all the glamour. But we all know that Pisces is coming from a deeper pain anyway that most people don't know, right? Because I live a very glamorous life, but have a deep scorn, right? That's something physical or something they can't get away from their family or
Get out
anything.
of your own way.
And it's like, stop analyzing how your lover might feel about that thing and go for it.
That's exactly Pisces, because it's like when you think about the fish, it's like, oh, I can't go. And you're like, but I want to. And it is like get out of your own way for a lot of the mutable signs. And with Pisces, it's like you can't get
miscommunications,
right? You can't get by on bruised feelings.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Your feelings are very often bruised.
You can't live off of assumption either. What did I say the other day?
Absolutely.
Termites, that quote, termites are, assumption is the termites to relationships. In other words, it's eating away at it, right? You don't even know that you're not communicating, and you don't really know, and everything that is worth it is getting eaten away by the assumption when you probably could just communicate and then know.
Exactly.
Right.
But then sometimes you want there to be a little bit of discord because it puts you on the end of being the victim. Therefore, whatever discord is happening, right, you're victimizing yourself. Right. So don't do that, because this other person is actually here for you.
And they're in the relationship with you. Like they're there with you, and it takes two.
It's like he's in the background, like, come on, guys.
Okay, me and you.
You can do it.
Two fish.
All right, you guys. So I will be at Shanti this Sunday. I believe it's going to be 11:30 to 3:30. I'll have to get back to you on that.
And I'll be there on Friday from 11:30 to 5. You can come in with a walk-in or call for an appointment at a specific time. We do 15-minute increments. So you do 15, 30, 45, all that. Obviously, if you're out of town and you can't make it to 14th Street, you can do some FaceTime, anything like Messenger, Skype, email us at Providence Tarot.
It was great last weekend for both of us, I believe.
We're having wonderful experiences, and we love it because we're meeting people just kind of walk-in kind of thing.
We're learning things about ourselves too, and like our gifts and things like that.
Just a quick recap of the overall. Looks like major weeks. It's a major week overall for everyone as far as the awareness of our own actions. Then Aries, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, and Pisces, you guys are having full-on major weeks. The emotions are there for Leo, Virgo, and Libra. You guys all might actually be conversing with each other.
We're
like you're all conjunct with each other. You might be, and then the fire is with Gemini and with Aquarius right now. So you're really looking at your spirit and your fire and your need to express somehow. Taurus and Cancer, you guys are the ones that are thinking about your finances a lot this week and your physical things, even in your body, right? You got a lot of Capricorn as well. So,
all right, y'all.
Taurus and Capricorn, what are you guys going through this week? That's very interesting. Are you affecting each other?
If you guys want to get a private reading, email us at providencetarot@gmail.com. You can follow us on Instagram as well and Facebook. It's Providence Tarot. All one word.
Yeah. And we've got some venue stuff that will be coming up. Once we get a little bit closer, we'll start promoting that. But if you guys are here in the New York City, you might be able to see us in some like live things, newer things that don't have to do with readings, that you can kind of see us and experience. You know, we're always giving you something, a dance show or like, you know, like a different kind of show. You never know. I don't want to reveal anything yet.
We are planning on coming to Atlanta because that's where I'm from. And my sister is also there. She has a business that she is developing. And yeah, we'll let you guys know about that as well. That should be at some point in the fall.
Capricorn, for the record, we love you. It's a harder message for you this week for some reason.
Just because, you know, you got Saturn and Pluto there.
Because we love you, but you did get the devil card. So it's definitely look at your actions. And also Sag, too. It's like, don't resist. Don't resist. Listen to me, Sagittarius.
All right, y'all, we gotta go.
Right.
We gotta get this video loaded. So we will see you guys next time, and we'll get your videos out. We're gonna do, you know, all of the fire signs together, all of the earth signs, water, air, that type of thing. So the videos are probably going to be an hour and 20 minutes each. Each sign will get 40 minutes, and then that's how they're going to be given to you. That's how they're going to be given to you guys this Virgo season. Okay, so it's a different process, but it's probably one that is going to be more productive. Just because of our schedule.
Just email us if you want to know our pricing and our ratings. You guys can have us together. Obviously, that's a higher price point. Or you can do something separate. We at Providence do half-hour or full-hour kind of readings. But then, you know, in person, at Upshanti, we do the 15-minute. We offer those. Okay?
All right, y'all.
All right. This is great. Give us feedback. See you next week.